All right, this is probably going to be controversial, but I don't care anymore. We got a policy now at Edison Motors that if a trucking company is abusing the temporary foreign worker program to hire truck drivers, they're not going to be allowed to buy one of our trucks. Now, to start with, this is not about the individual driver. I don't want to see any racist comments because I respect them. You know what? They're doing 2 years of a shitty job to give their family a better life. If I was living in some countries in the world and I had a chance to come to Canada, I would absolutely do that for my family too. This is not against the driver. This is against the trucking company exploiting those people. For those of you that don't know what's going on with the temporary foreign worker program, the United Nations has even said it's a breeding ground for modern day slavery. You see how much power these trucking companies have? It is shocking. And it seems to be getting worse. Temporary foreign worker in the transport sector increased by 1,284% in just 5 years. And the abuse in the trucking industry is particularly awful. Even the BC Trucking Association is commenting on it. One of the reasons why it's so bad in the trucking industry is that a lot of these temporary foreign workers are being employed as long-haul drivers. Now, there is no minimum hourly rate. You can pay mileage, and you can set that mileage to 10 cents a mile, which is only like $6 an hour, and I've talked to some of these unfortunate drivers, and they're being charged rent to live in the truck. They're charged their expense to come over there. They're being charged for room and board. And at the end of the day, they're working for basically $0 as modern day slaves trapped inside a truck. Now, if that was happening to a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident, we would tell that employer to get screwed, not going to work for them. But unfortunately, these are coming in under closed work permits. Now, closed work permits are known as employer-specific work permits. If you lose your job, you're not going to be able to work for your current employer or take another job with a different employer, but you can stay in Canada. You just can't work in Canada. That means if temporary foreign workers are being abused by the trucking company and treated as slaves, they can't just quit and go to another job. And it creates a massive safety issue where a dispatcher can say, hey, I know you're not comfortable driving in the snow. I know you're tired. You're going to keep driving and you're going to get to that destination, or you're going to be fired and you're either going to be on homeless or on your way back to the country you came from. No trucking company dispatcher should ever have the power to make somebody homeless or kick them out of the country if they don't drive when they don't feel comfortable. Then there's a safety issue where a lot of these companies are sending their drivers to really shady trucking schools. CBC Marketplace did a great thing to show how unqualified new drivers are hitting the roads. And think about it logically, if a company is willing to literally hire modern day slaves to drive their trucks to maximize their profit, they're probably not going to spend the money and time it takes to properly train them either. So with those reasons, we had a decision, we had a talk in our company with all the advantages of hybrid electric, with the fuel savings, the power, the no planned obsolescence, everything you're getting. I think that companies are abusing the system just to slash rates and abuse people should not be allowed to buy an Edison truck.